What happens when you start a war and the other side refuses to hit pause? Reports are emerging that Iran has rejected a US ceasefire proposal just one day into escalating conflict. After believing Operation Epic Fury would collapse the regime within a week, how silly. The White House is now facing something very different. This isn't a video game. You don't press pause. You don't reload. And Tehran just made that crystal clear. According to multiple reports, Iran has rejected a US-backed ceasefire offer following the killing of Supreme Leader Khamenei. Through an Italian mediator, the US reportedly attempted to de-escalate, but Tehran's response was swift and sharp. They called it brutal aggression. They promised fierce revenge, and they made it clear negotiations while under attack are not on the table. This marks one of the clearest signs yet that Washington's early assumption of rapid regime collapse may have been dangerously wrong. Another thing they were hoping, thinking that the people would come out and be happy. Listen, there are millions of people in the streets saying, revenge to America. They are going to take revenge, and you can see it has started. Many places are hit. Saudi Arabia, UAE, Kuwait, all of those are hit, guys. They are under pressure. Israel, Tel Aviv is under attack because the Iranians are saying, we are going to avenge the Supreme Leader's death. So, guys, this is happening. It is real. Before Operation Epic Fury began, officials and intelligence sources reportedly warned that Iran's system would not simply crumble with the death of its supreme leader. Because remember, as I say to you, be careful what you wish for. You wish for one demise of one leader. They're just going to get another one, and they're going to continue as per usual. The belief that removing one figure would trigger immediate collapse. It underestimated the Revolutionary Guard structure, the religious political network, the deep anti-US sentiment inside the country, and Iran's regional alliances. History has shown us that power vacuum don't automatically create surrender. Sometimes they create escalation. And now, instead of quick capitulation, we are seeing hardened rhetoric and strategic retaliation. The reported US proposal was simple in theory. Pause hostilities, prevent further regional spread, avoid oil markets shockwaves, and stop a broader Middle East war. You see, they are closing the Strait of Hormuz. That's going to be devastating for a lot of countries. Prices are going to rise. This is not just a war that you can just go in and get out and everything is back to how you want it. No, that's not how life works. But from Tehran's perspective, accepting a ceasefire one day into war could look like weakness, definitely, especially after labeling the initial strike as an act of war. Their message appears calculated. You don't strike us and then ask for peace on your terms. Wars are unpredictable. They don't move on campaign timelines. They don't respond to political pressure cycles. They don't follow social media trends. If Iran choosing asymmetric retaliation, cyber attacks, proxy strikes, regional escalation, the conflict could expand beyond direct US-Iran confrontation. Israel is already involved. They are the one that instigated it. I think them and Saudi Arabia, that's what we are hearing. Regional militias are watching. Global oil markets are reacting. And every hour without de-escalation increases the risk of miscalculation. Already we heard that 3 U.S. soldiers have been killed. So this is not a joke, guys. Domestically, this puts enormous pressure on Trump. If the strategy was rapid dominance followed by swift diplomacy, that window appears to be closing fast. That window has shut. Critics will argue this was predictable. Supporters will argue strength requires endurance. But either way, the assumption of 1 week resolution is already being tested. 3 possible scenarios now emerge. Escalation. Iran retaliates directly or through proxies. Back-channel diplomacy, quieter negotiations through European intermediaries, regional spillover, drawing into additional powers. The biggest question now, is this the beginning of a prolonged conflict or the brink before a larger negotiation? Because one thing is clear, war isn't something you switch off when it becomes inconvenient. And Tehran just made sure Washington understands that. If you want real-time breakdown on global power shifts, geopolitical escalation, and what mainstream headlines are missing, subscribe to Status Check News. Drop your thoughts below. Was this predictable or preventable? Hashtag Iran versus US. Hashtag no peace. Hashtag geopolitics. Hashtag Middle East crisis. So guys, that's what we're talking. It's not a switch. You don't switch it on and switch it off. That's not how life works. And we will see. We'll bring you more updates. But according to multiple sources, Iran has rejected any ceasefire deal. You have embarrassed them, you have killed their leader, and there's no way they're going to show weakness. And right now we're seeing the repercussions. So please subscribe to Status Check News for more updates like these. Thank you.